Welcome to K-Zone. Today, we will share about why do the tunnel rats have a lasting legacy in the Vietnam War? Let's start. The Vietnam War was a conflict characterized by intense guerrilla warfare, where the enemy, primarily the Viet Cong and North Vietnamese Army, utilized a vast network of underground tunnels and tunnels. The mission of the tunnel rats, a specialized group of soldiers tasked with clearing and exploring these tunnels, was one of the most perilous and challenging jobs in the entire war. In this video, we will delve into why the role of tunnel rats was so deadly, examining the unique challenges they faced, their tactics, and the psychological toll it took on those who undertook this harrowing duty. During the Vietnam War, the Viet Cong and North Vietnamese Army developed an extensive underground tunnel network, known as the Cu Chi tunnels, that spanned hundreds of miles. These tunnels served as hideouts, supply routes, hospitals, and command centers for the enemy. Some tunnels were so narrow that they could barely accommodate a single person, while others were much more extensive, with multiple chambers and levels. The labyrinthine nature of these tunnels made them a challenging and deadly battleground. The tunnel rats were a small group of American and Australian soldiers whose primary mission was to enter these tunnels, locate and neutralize the enemy, and gather intelligence. Their tasks included searching for weapons, ammunition, and documents, as well as gathering information about tunnel layouts and booby traps. It was a task that required immense courage, agility, and resourcefulness. The tunnels were often pitch dark, with no natural light source. Tunnel rats had to navigate through the narrow, claustrophobic passageways using only flashlights and hand tools. This environment made them vulnerable to ambushes and attacks, as they couldn't see the enemy until they were almost face to face. The tunnels were rigged with an extensive array of booby traps, including punji stakes, tripwires, and explosive devices. These traps were often ingeniously concealed, making detection exceedingly difficult. Tunnel rats had to proceed with extreme caution, as one wrong step could result in injury or death. The Viet Cong and North Vietnamese soldiers often used the tunnels as hiding spots. Encountering enemy combatants in such tight quarters resulted in intense, close-quarter combat situations. The tunnel rats had to rely on their training and wits to survive these encounters. The constant threat of ambush, the darkness, and the uncertainty of what lay ahead took a severe psychological toll on tunnel rats. The fear of being trapped or losing one's way in the labyrinthine tunnels weighed heavily on their minds. Many tunnel rats experienced post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, as a result of their harrowing experiences. To maintain the element of surprise and avoid alerting nearby enemy forces, tunnel rats often used silenced weapons such as the M1911 pistol equipped with a suppressor. These weapons allowed them to engage the enemy quietly and discreetly. Hand-to-hand combat. When tunnel rats encountered enemy combatants in the tunnels, they sometimes resorted to hand-to-hand combat. They used knives, bayonets, and other close-quarters weapons, as gunfire could risk collapsing the tunnels or injuring their own team members. Tunnel rats used explosives to clear booby traps and destroy enemy fortifications within the tunnels. Grenades and explosives were essential tools for their survival. Some tunnel rats employed small animals, such as canaries or white mice, to detect the presence of poisonous gases in the tunnels. The death of these animals served as a warning to the soldiers about the presence of toxic fumes. The physical and psychological toll of being a tunnel rat was significant. The constant stress, the fear of booby traps, and the close-quarters combat took a toll on their mental well-being. Many tunnel rats experienced nightmares, anxiety, and other symptoms of PTSD. The danger they faced on a daily basis was compounded by the knowledge that the enemy had an intimate knowledge of the tunnels, which gave them a strategic advantage. Despite the high risks and harrowing conditions, tunnel rats were essential to the U.S. war effort. Their missions often yielded valuable intelligence, disrupted enemy operations, and forced the Viet Cong to expend considerable effort on tunnel maintenance and defense. The courage and sacrifice of tunnel rats have left an indelible mark on the history of the Vietnam War. Their stories have been documented in books, films, and documentaries, ensuring that their experiences are not forgotten. Many tunnel rats received military honors for their bravery, and their contributions have been acknowledged by veterans organizations. The role of tunnel rats in the Vietnam War was undoubtedly one of the deadliest and most challenging assignments in the conflict. The tunnels were a treacherous environment filled with darkness, booby traps, and hidden enemies. The psychological toll on tunnel rats was immense, and many of them experienced long-lasting trauma as a result of their service. However, the tunnel rats' bravery and determination were instrumental in disrupting enemy operations and gathering critical intelligence. Their sacrifices, though often overlooked, played a crucial role in the overall war effort. The story of the tunnel rats serves as a testament to the courage and resilience of those who served in Vietnam, and it is a reminder of the high price paid by those who dared to venture into the deadly underground world of the Cu Chi tunnels. Thanks for watching. Don't forget like, share and subscribe.